Okay.
You got some background noise, just as you be aware.
Yeah, okay. I think it's my wife.
Okay. It's not audible, but it's you can hear it. We're live.
Yeah.
Guess we could be dead.
I can't get it to start. Oh well, I think we're live, folks. Oh, there
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yeah, there we go.
We're singing a happy tune.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Still having some problems because I'm still learning. Apologize for that, but we're going to do the best we can.
Yeah,
And
bear with us. We're not doing it intentionally to drive you crazy. Just
no,
we,
that's
it,
true.
we put it to ourselves. It's more fun.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So we're going to start out today. I guess it's going to be hurdles, right?
Yeah, it's a hurdle race. Jump over the fences.
Yeah.
The low
So
fence, not the high fences.
I like the hurdle races, although a lot of people say they give problems and things like that. You know, they don't like them. A lot of people don't, but I like them. I think they're pretty fun to watch. So
Yeah, betting on them is not my first choice, but I do like doing the when they run at Aintree or
yeah,
that because you get a huge field, sometimes some absolutely crazy payoffs.
yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I guess we can start on this first race. I'll
Well,
try
you
to
don't
get
have
up.
any analysis for it.
Yeah.
It'll be a little tough. Yeah. Well,
Well,
we can talk about the
yeah,
race. They're
we,
going 2 miles and 3/8, so not a trivial distance, and obviously on the turf. It's a grade one. It's the Beverly R. Steinman, whoever that is, and we're going, and it's $150,000, so decent money. And of course, we're going over the fence. I don't know how many. They didn't list how many fences they go over, or how many times fences they go over. Which usually in England or in Ireland they do list the number of fences.
yeah. Well, there you go. So there's not much we can say about this race. So I think we just go to our picks. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea because we'll start with number one, Carlu, my top choice. Will set the pace without question. Last time it tried to, and it pulled up halfway through the race. The question with this horse, he's top weight. If he's right, he'll lead him all the way around. If he's not, then who knows? Workouts are okay. So two, Awakened is going to be the next choice. Had issues in the last race. The comment was that he never was in a good rhythm, and that can really mess with a jumper if they're taking wrong steps or short steps, or they don't get up cleanly over the hurdle. You can have some fun. He hasn't won since Saratoga, and that was 2 years ago, so it's been a while. And finally, I'm going to take number seven, Sultan Pierch. He's run two allowance races. He won one at Malvern. It was on the soft going. He's young. He's in form. He's never won at this level. Trainer's never even won a graded stakes race. So I threw him in because why not? And
Right.
as a point of reference to give you some idea, in the Grand National Race, which is run in Aintree each year with a field of 34, the minimum age to enter the race is 7.
Oh, wow.
So jumpers have a whole different lifespan than flat horses.
Yeah. I don't know. In my opinion, I think they start thoroughbreds too early running a 2 year old because from what I understand, the horses that really completely mature until 5. And I wish they would start them at 3 and not start them at 2. I know they have to because of the money and because that's how they get them to train and that.
Well, I would actually like to see it have a start date as being later in the year.
Yeah.
None of this April stuff. Just start them a little later in the year.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with my picks. I like the 5 Proven Innocent. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and this trainer wins 31% of the horse's third race off the layoff. He has a high percentage winning jockey, and he can handle the distance. And then number 2, Awaken. He has won a grade 1 race at today's distance. He has won 2 races out of 3 starts at today's distance, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 1, Carloon, has also won a G1 race, and he's got a good workout on May 28th, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Eva's Prince, the 4 is my long shot. He is 1 for 1 at Saratoga at today's distance. So there you go. I don't know. We got about 4 minutes to the race, so I think we can go on and probably get to this second race.
It'll take a while for a jump race to be run. This is not going to be done in a minute.
Yeah.
We're looking more about 4.5 to 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I think we can go ahead and watch. Go into the next.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to the next race, and let me get it to the second race here. There we go, and you can go ahead and.
Yeah, we got a 7 furlong race. It's the Mike Lee, and it's restricted to New York State breds only. And of course, all these horses are decent.
All right. So I'm going to get up on the screen here. Let me see. I think we got a comment here. Hello, Michael Herbert. And hey, good morning, Don Johnson. All right. Let me get the thing up there that I need to put up so we can start looking at the sheets. And we're going to go to the second race. And as you can see here, that 5 horse has lots and lots of speed. It should get out that quarter pole first. And it also is the only one that in the past has equaled or exceeded the par speed number for today, or in this type of a race. The 4 and the 7 has never done that, and all the rest of them are within 5 points of doing that. It also has the best data as information as far as doing it today, equaling or exceeding this speed for a race. And it also has the best jockey and trainer, so it's got a lot going for it. What I think is kind of odd is it's very low on the comfort zone, and you would think that that'd be higher. The 4 and the 7 has the best comfort zones. Looks like there's lots of speed in here with the 4, 5, and 7 going to probably go to the front. And if you go up here, then we have, you can see this, the 5 is on top, followed up by the 3, 1, and 6. So, and the 1 actually has about a 1 length lead in the late pace. So there we go. So if you'd like to go ahead and do your, what your picks are, then we can do that.
All righty. I'll start with 3. Prince Valiant. He's won 3 in a row, including a New York Stakes race in the mud. Definitely going to be one of the favorites in this race. 2 is a calling card. I'm going to take him second. He's back where he belongs after trying the turf, and that was really bad. He's also been trying great at Stakes Company on the road to the Kentucky Derby. I think they were overly optimistic. He's only a maiden winner, but this obviously will suit him a lot better than trying to run against some top horses of his age, being 3. And finally, 5, Train the Trainer. Comes off a strong effort in maiden win. Definitely got the top speed figure, as you mentioned. Get Irad, should get the lead. But they're going to have to hold up against some more experienced horses. We'll see.
All right.
And my Handicapper Joe program says pass.
Okay. All right. Well, I like in this race the same first choice as you have, Prince Valiant, the 3. He won 3 races out of 4 curve starts, including the last one at Aqueduct. And he has a high percentage winning trainer, jockey. And then number 5, Train the Trainer. He won his last race at Aqueduct by 5 lengths, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 24% of the races with a horse he trains that's running in a non-graded stakes. And he also has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like the 1, Soon to Be King. Ran second in his last race and the Real Post, winning at a 20% clip. Then there's number 2, Calling Card, the long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and he can improve while returning to dirt. No additional bets for me in this race. So how we're looking on the race there, I don't actually have it up here. So they getting close to going or not?
Well, of course, it's a standing start. They're coming up. They're going to start on the backstretch. So, and they're going to make them turn because they're a little bit disorganized. So the starter will call them back, and that's the way they do. Of course, these races, there's no starting gate, obviously.
Yeah, that's
and they're turning again. And then they'll the starter will call them up, and they let them go, so they're off.
Okay.
And we have a little time ahead of us, so we probably can do another race.
Okay, let me get to.
Yeah, we just got over the first jump. Everybody did it cleanly. The obvious one, the 1 is on front. Big surprise there. You knew it was going to be. It's up by about 3 or 4 lengths. We got a long way to go.
All right.
And he's actually, I think, going a little too quick. But we're off the turn, and we're going to hit the next. We got 2 jumps coming. Let's see how they get over these hurdles. Smoothly for the leader. A little bit of trouble for, looks like number 5 had a little trouble with the last one. Now the 1 horse is out by at least 9 lengths, 10 lengths, cleanly over the next one jump. Turn. So right now we're at 167.
Well, 1 is your top choice, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's way out there. Yeah, he's going off as the 2-1 favorite in this race. And he took the next jump smoothly. They're all got over pretty comfortably. The ones in the back are letting the 1 loose. They're going to try to close on it. Ooh, 1 fell. He's out.
Oh boy, the 1 fell.
Yeah, the 1 fell.
Oh boy,
on. He took a bad step coming out. He's up fine. The jockey looked like all he does is bruised eagle. Anything else. So now it's going to get more interesting. 6 is on top, 7, and they're all bunched. I mean, the 6 is only maybe a length and a half, 2 lengths in front. So, and they don't have the time up here, which I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, everybody got that jump cleanly. And the crew is rushing onto the track to get that hurdle out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The leader took a bit of a right turn, and that cost him a little bit. The 4 now is moved up on the inside. Now the 6 has gone back out to the lead. So a little bit tentative over that last jump for the leader. Everybody else seemed to be just fine.
Did they scratch the 2, I guess?
No, 2's running third right now.
Oh, okay.
And we're cleanly over that jump. 6 is established a little more. Again, it's still he's still going right on the jumps. Let's see how he does this one. Yeah, same, a little bit this time, not as bad as before. Yeah, now we're getting a little serious. They're asking for some speed. The 4 has come up now. The 2 is getting going. The 6 is, I think, done. The 5 is sitting right behind him. 7 is one of my choices. It's going to be nowhere. He will not have a chance. And they're asking and asking. It looks like, ooh, close finish. Looks like 5's going to get there.
Oh, mine.
5 or 4. Yeah, the 5 got there.
All right.
So 5-4.
All right. Sounds good.
3 hours later. No, it's 4 minutes and 37 seconds for the race. So
long race.
Yeah, long race. Well, we had one faller, but it looks like the horse is fine, which is
well, that's
fine.
good. Oh, horse
and it's also a jockey too. So I don't know. I want to be on top of a horse going 30 miles an hour and get thrown off it going to go over something.
All right. Well, I'm going to say hello to Private Ross 99 and to Jose. And I think I've already said hello to Don Johnson. But before we go on, I want to say that if you like what you see here, and I know you do, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and go ahead and hit the bell so that you get notified about all the great programs coming up. Copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. And then go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Skies. At Horse Race, the number 2 day, give us a thumbs up and a like, and then keep these comments coming, and so that we can see your picks, and we enjoy to see the comments. Helps us out a lot. And then also today, you can go to the guaranteed tip sheet, and at the guaranteed tip sheet, there's a link in our show here. You'll see that the free track today is Delaware Park. And so always have a free track. These are pretty good sheets that you see there. So please try to do that. And so I think with that, we're going to go on to the next race. So let me get up here what I need to get up here, and I just have to see what I have here. Okay, so we're going to go to the third race, and if you want to give us all the information on that, that would be appreciated.
Oh, sure. This is a maiden race, maiden special weight for again restricted to, because this is New York State Day, so all the flat races are New York bred horses. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the turf, and this is restricted to fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
All right. So then I'm going to go and change this out to the sheet that I need to talk about. And someday I'm going to find out how to do this without going back and forth all the time. So anyway, I know this is pretty small for a lot of people, so I'm going to up this like this, and you can take a look here. You can see that 5 horse in here has double the speed of everything else and should get to that quarter pole first, unless it has problems getting out of that gate. As far as overlays, we've got an overlay on the 4, 3-2 to 7-2, and a nice overlay on this 5, 9-1 to 20-1. And then on the 12, it's a 6-1 to 12-1. And let me explain that the scratches came out. We'd already done these sheets and we weren't able to get the scratches. So we apologize if we talk about a horse that's been scratched. So anyway, there's a couple of first time starters in here. And what Rich does, he's got a system where that he assigns points, and the maximum points you can get for a first time starter is a 3. And so anything over 2.5, he says is a really good bet, especially if they have a back bullet race. And this horse has a back bullet race. So there you go. And I guess I've got to go up here and move this down so that we can see it. That's the problem. Maybe I ought to make it a little bit smaller, huh?
No, it looks fine to me.
Okay, well, we're moving it down.
It's going to be hard to read just because of the number of horses.
Yeah, I understand. So anyway, so if you take a look here, you'll see that as far as the C zones, the 2 and the 8 have the best C zones. That means they're going to be very comfortable running in this race. And you can see here the 6 looks like it wants to go to the front according to the data. And then there's a couple of EP horses and some pressure horses. And then there's 2 closers, 2 first-time starters, and 2 horses that have never been in competition or close to anything. As far as the jockey trainer goes, it looks like to me that what is that, the 7? I think that's a 7, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 looks like it has the best jockey trainer combination. So if you want to go ahead and start talking about your
my optimistic picks.
Yep, sure. What you like.
Start number with the number 11. Just add water. Had plenty of issues in its first start, but it did end up finishing 4th, which is pretty good. It's got some nice workouts. Only concern I have with that one, of course, will be being on the outside post position. Number 4, Miss I'm Impulsive. My next choice ran well on her first start with some issues on the dirt. She's got some speed, apparently, and she should love the turf based on her breeding. And finally, I'm going to take number 8, Lady Delilah. Showed some interest in running last time out. And I move from the turf to race. It was moved off the turf to the slop and ran on the slop. Her previous races were, and that's a technical term. And, but this is one of my classic signs of life horse. She did something she hasn't done ever, which is actually showed interest in running.
Oh, wow.
Those horses I always perk up about, and you can always get them for a good price.
Okay. Well, I like in this race the 4, your second choice, Miss I'm Persive. She ran second versus similar on the dirt in her only start, has the highest last speed rating, and she has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 50% of the races when taking a horse from dirt to turf. And then I like the 11, Just Add Water, finished 4th in her debut race after being bumped at the break and getting off a little bit slow at the start. So she has a high percentage winning jockey and a bullet workout on May 28th at 4 furlongs. And then the 7, No Ordinary Love, is a first-time starter whose breeding suggests she will like the grass. Her breeding suits today's sprint distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 10, Willful Mama. She finished in the money in 4 races out of 7 career starts. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play the very first Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4. I'm going to use the 4, 7, 10, 11, 12 with the 1, 8, with the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, with the 2, 7. That's a $50 cost. So there we go. Okay, and coming back here, I'm going to answer, I think Private Ross wanted to know about which horse was was first time starter with bullet work, and that was the number 7 horse. So, and it was at 2.63. It wasn't 3 points. It was 2.63. And then Prince Miha wants to know the results of the first race, and we can tell you that the 5 won the race with the 4 running second, and the 2 was third. The 5 paid $11.60 to win, And then the exacta paid $25.75. Trifecta paid $35.75. So there you go. All right, let's get on to the next screen thing here, and I'll get it up there so that we can take a look at it. And let's see, where did it go? There we go. So we're going to the fourth race, correct?
I hope so.
Yep, there you go. If you want to talk about the...
Sure. We're on the dirt for this run. It's a 1 1/8 miles. It's again another New York State bred stakes race for 3-year-olds and upwards. And they call it the Commentator stake. And they're running for a nice purse of $200,000. So
all right,
money there.
Okay, well, let me go to what I need to get up there for us to take a look at. And we're going to go to the fourth race. And as you can see there, that one shows lots of early speed. And all of the horses show some speed, but the one has quite a bit, almost 50% in the data there. So, and you can see there that all of the horses but the 3 and 2 and 4 have in the past exceeded or equaled the speed par number for this race. And the 2 came really close within 1 point. The 4 as a maybe also was within 4. All but the 3 have a chance to do it today. And there's several of them that are pretty close to the 50% mark, the 6, 7, and 8, and the 1. And then as far as the C zone, you can take a look there. The horses all show some kind of C zone, but there's probably 4 of them, though. The 1, 5, 7, and 8 probably going to be the most comfortable in this race. We've got 1 speed horse, and everybody else is a pressure closer or a closer. So if that speed horse can get out there, they may not catch it. I'm not sure. So anyway, and the 2 has the best trainer and jockey. If you take a look here, though, that 1 is way down below on the total pace. So the 7 looks like the horse with the best, followed up by the 4 and the 6. And so if you want to go ahead and take a look at your here, I'm going to get this bigger so they can take a look at it. If you can go ahead and talk about your what you like in this race.
Start with number 8, Bank Frenzy. Ran 4th last time out in the grade 3. Had issues and was, frankly, too wide. She won this type of kind of race before, has a win and a second at Saratoga, and I'd be very surprised if it isn't the favorite. Number 5, Drake's Passage is my next choice. Won this race last year. Using a prep of an optional claimer this year for that race. It showed a little early speed, then faded, and this was at 1 mile. Second up for the win. Yeah, I think it's got a good chance. And finally, number 1, Mama's Gold, will be my final choice. Too far out of the race for him last time, finished dead last. He's won stakes spread in the past. Last year he won one at 40 to 1. I wouldn't mind having that one. The issue here with that one is I think it's gonna be too far back to catch the fronter ones, but I think it's good enough to beat Bunch and get third.
All right. Private Ross in that first race, he liked the 3 and the 5. And of course, I know the 5 won and the 3 did not get there, but the 5 did win that race. He also likes in this third race that we were talking about, he likes the 4 horse. And then in this race, he agrees with you with the 8 and the 5. So anyway, let me talk about what I like. I like that 8 is on top, Bank Frenzy. He won 5 races out of the last 8 starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and a good 4 furlong workout on 24th of May. So he loves to win. And then number 1, Mama's Gold, finished in the money in 3 races out of the last 5 starts, winning 2 of the races. The distance won't cause any problems as he's finished in the money 86% of the time at today's distance, and he won 57% of those starts. Then Dr. Kraft, the 2. He's finished in the money in his last 5 races. He has the highest last race speed rating, tied actually with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. General Banker, the 7, has finished in the money in his last 3 races, winning one of the starts, and he has an early speed running style that'll help his chances. No additional bets for me here. So let me get back here, and then I'll get this up here so that we can go and talk about the next race. Share the screen. You know, sometime I'll learn how to do this without going back and forth. So
I just need multiple pictures, I guess.
well, yeah, Rich does it, and I don't know how he exactly does it. So I need to really get some training from him. But anyway, here we go. As far as the conditions.
The conditions of this race are it's a mile and a 16th on the inner turf. These are again for New York bred horses, and they are non-winners of $20,000 other than, now that's condition of the race, of course, but a maiden, claiming, and of course those infamous starter races, or the horse can be a non-winners of 2 races. So, yeah.
Okay. So I'll get up what I'm supposed to get up here. Let's see here. I'm supposed to get this guy up and then put it up there bigger for you. There you go. As you can see here, the 9 and the 1 and the 4 are all pretty close in speed numbers. So they, you know, whoever gets the best break, best jockey decisions probably should get out there and do pretty well. And then the 4, 5, and 6 all have exceeded the speed par number for this race in the past and for the conditions of this. And then the 6 has the best chance to do it today, according to the data. And then I see that on the overlays, this one horse has a nice overlay from 6-1 to 20-1. And then the 9 has a nice one from 8-1 to 20-1. If you take a look down here at the C zones, and I should go ahead and get that up so you can look at it a little better. Where is that at? Okay, there we go. You can see there that the horses all have C zones, and except for the 6, and most of them are pretty nice. There's at least 4 of them that are way up in the 80s, and there's one that's in the 60s. And then you can see that the best jockey in here is 2, but there's a couple of others that have really nice jockeys, the 9 and the 10. The best trainer is on the 10. I think the best trainer jockey combination would be that 10 probably. The 8 looks like it's got the total pace number, and it looks like it can be about 1.5 lengths in front of everything here. As you can see, it's what is it, about 8 points more than the closest horse, which is the 4. So, all right. So if you want to go ahead and talk about your.
Sure.
Okay.
First, start out with number 6, Toscano. First race after the claim for 30. Won that race when it was an off-the-turf race at a mile. And that was for an optional claimer, 40,000. So a little bit, moved up a little bit. Has absolutely no turf experience, even though they did try to run it in a turf race. But it has the breeding for it and should like running some distance. Number 2, Pay the Juice, is going to be my next choice. A strong race from the 10 pole last time out. Stalked, finished 3rd, and that was his first start of the year. He's run some average efforts in state breds before, but I think off that last race, you got to really consider him. And finally, the 8, Leon Blue, is going to be my final choice. He won his last start. It was an off-the-turf maiden race. He's been in the money in all his races. They added Lasix last time. That seems to have helped. And the apprentice stays on and gets a weight allowance, which may be worth half the length.
All right. You can see here that Private Ross, he likes the 4 and the 8 in race number 5. So looks like he likes my top pick and then both of our third choices. So I'll go ahead and talk about why I like the number 8 or 4. I mean, I like the 4. Sounds like a plan. He finished third versus Tougher in his last race. He drops in class today and has a high percentage with trainer and jockey. And then 10, the Paddock Pastor. He finished second versus Similar in his last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races in turf starts, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and a good 4 furlong workout on May 25th. Leon Blue, the 8, finished third, finished in the money in all 4 career races, and he won the last race. He likes the distance. Toscano, the 6, my long shot. He won his last race at Aqueduct by 6 3/4 lengths. He has the highest last speed rating. He's tied with another horse, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. He's my long shot. And so that's the 5th race. So we got about 7 minutes till we can have the next race come up. So I guess we can go ahead and move to the next race here. So get it up there. And this is going to be the 6th race. So if you want to go ahead and talk about the 6th race.
Absolutely. We're going 7 furlongs. This is a restricted race for New York Reds, as the entire card is, except for the jump race. And this is for fillies that are 3-year-olds and good money to run for again. 200,000 is not chicken change. And this is turning out to be one of the better races of the day, I think.
All right. So then I'll get the next thing up there, which is going to be the things that I need to talk about. And this thing's weird, I'll tell you. There, is that better? Yeah. All right, so let me get this bigger because I know that a lot of people like me don't have real good eyesight, so I think you can see that a lot better. So you can see here the 9. yeah, I have a hard time nowadays. The 9 has the best, but you know, there's several horses that have really good speed here. It's in anybody's guess race, I think, because when you get that quarter pole. And then, am I on the right? I'm not on the right race. Let me go back and get that. So that's not good when you're on the wrong race, is it?
No, it helps with the eyesight, right?
It does, yeah. I need to change it before I go anywhere. So there we go. Now I'm on the right race. Let's talk about this. Let's see. The 3 shows the best, followed up by the 5 on the speed, and that's really good because they're pretty close. They could go head to head that quarter pole. And then there's no horses that have exceeded or equaled the speed par numbers for this race in the past, but the 2 and the 7 came within 3 points of doing that. You can see everybody has kind of a chance here to do it today. Nobody's really up to that 50% threshold that we like to see. You can see there's some good improvement on some of these horses in the early speed, but if you take a look at this 4, not only did he get improvement in the speed part, but in the he had faster fractions in the quarter mile and half mile. And then everybody's going up in class as far as the C zone. There's 3 horses here that are going to be very comfortable in these races, the 2, 3, and 4. The 3, 4, 5 show the most speed. The 7 is a pressure horse. And a couple of deep closers, the 1 and the 8. As far as the best jockey, the 7 looks like it has the best jockey. And, of course, the 7's on top. He's 7 points above the 2 and the 5. So, all right. So if you want to go ahead and talk about your picks, that'll work.
I will. And number 8, Charlotte's Heart is going to be my top choice. She won a maiden on the turf at Saratoga and then was shipped up to Woodbine In her last 3 races, she ran second, third, and fourth, and they were all in minor stakes races. And of course, Woodbine is the all-weather, so a little bit different. Tries the dirt for the first time and comes into this race with a very good workout. With that, I made her my best bet of the day at a price.
Oh,
Number 5, Accelerating. It's going to be my next choice. Has won her first 2 starts at Saratoga versus State bred. They were maiden and stakes, and then they shipped her to Oaklawn, and she ran against Top Company, and she showed that she was against Top Company because she didn't do well. Interesting where she's coming from. She's working on the all-weather and at Turfway, and then coming in for this race. Well, the trainer of this horse has won a few races in his life, so I think he knows what he's doing. And finally, I'm going to take Valentina. Number 6 has won last 2 races, both at 1 mile and state-bred optional claimer races at Aqueduct. She's won her maiden at Saratoga, and she's placed in state-bred stakes races. Definitely the one in form, and she's won at this distance. So, yep, she's good.
all right. Well, I just realized something. I should have checked it. I thought that the programmer would have gotten this, but as you can see, I'm looking at the 7th race here. The horses aren't really in there. They're supposed to be in there, so you can't really.
They haven't been in all the races.
Yeah.
We got yesterday's and the day before, so the same horses.
Yeah. Well, I promise tomorrow.
Still running.
Yeah, I promise tomorrow I'll take a look at that and just see what's going on. So that your best bet in here is the 8. Of course, is that correct?
Yes.
Well, my best bet in here is the 6. So I like Bernie and the Rose. She's won 4 races out of 5 career starts at Aqueduct. She has won both of her starts at today's distance. Her best dirt speed is the fastest among today's starters, and she's actually tied with another horse, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like the 7 K Cup. Won her last race at Aqueduct. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and then she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Valentina, the 6 you talked about, has won 2 races in a row and goes for a hat trick. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 17% of the sprints that he has a horse running in, and she can go the distance. Then 5 Accelerating is my long shot. She's had won 2 races out of 4 career starts, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 19% of the graded stakes races that he has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. So I'm going to bet $40 to win on number 2, $10 exacta 2, box 2, 7, and a $10 exacta 2 on top with the 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so that's mine for today. Let's see. We're about ready to start this next race, I guess. Is that true?
Well, they're circling behind the gate.
Yeah.
Haven't started loading them yet.
Well, while we're waiting, okay, Ross says you list 2 on top in the 6th. Oh, I did, didn't I? So have I got something wrong there?
No, you just gave the wrong number.
Yeah, no, that's you list 2 on the. Okay, you said 2, your best bet, and 8 is Tom's best bet. That's correct. Okay, let me tell you, while they're still circling, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need to try to get to 10,000 subscribers so that we can get some more tools and help out a lot more. So if you'll subscribe and then hit the bell, that'll help you with finding out when the programs are. Go ahead and copy the link at the bottom and share it with all your friends, neighbors, relatives. They like what they see. And if you can see down here scrolling on the bottom, you can see there that our social sites at Horse Race, the number 2 day, you could go and give us a thumbs up and a like. And then also keep the comments coming and help us out a little bit. We like to see your picks. So that's pretty good. Also, just wanted to let you know that at the end of today's show, within about a half hour on our website, you'll be able to go there and find today's program and also see our picks and what we thought about them. And that's easy to do. There's links there to go to the different places like the guaranteed tip sheets to see the smart sheets for today's races at here. He says Terry's going about against codes like yesterday. Delicate. Anyway, that's Ross 99. Anyway,
they're putting them in the gate now.
okay, so I'm about ready to stop talking here for a little bit.
Well, you can talk.
Well,
they still gotta get them in the gate, and these are horses that are a little more mature, so they should load pretty quickly.
I got to get us to the right race here, so.
Man, they're off. It looks like the 5 is going to jump out on top, 3 and 4. And
all right.
Train the Trainer is not a huge shock there, that being on the lead. He's going to get the 3 is going to give it a little pressure. Went off at 3-2, and Train the Trainer went off at 9-5. And first pitch, if he wins, is 50-1. 7. We came up a little bit. We're really haven't changed that much. They are tightly bunched though. Let's see, we did 23 in the first, so quick, but not real quick, not ridiculously quick for 7 furlongs. It looks like you can dismiss the 4. He's lost contact. Now 1 is now making a nice move on the inside there, and 3 is going to have got work to do. And we've still got that 5 on top, and he's starting to lengthen a little bit, and he's not getting tired. He's going to keep moving forward, and the 1 is going to look like he's going to be running second, and the 3, well, maybe 1-3, 3-1. Let's see what we get to the 5 has won the race without too much trouble. Yeah, the 1 will run second by a nose, and the 3 ran third.
3 ran third, huh? All right. So the 4-1. Did you say the 4-1?
5-1. Train the Trainer.
Okay, your second choice.
He went wire to wire.
All right, that's pretty good. Pretty nice. So anyway, all right.
He went off second choice. Looks like 9-5.
Okay.
And 3-2 for the 3, and the 1 horse went off at 9-2.
All right. Well, it looks like I didn't get very close there. I got my 3 in second, I guess, but that's about it. So anyway, let me get to change this around to the next race, and then get back here, and we'll go ahead and get up here what we need to get up here. We're going to the 7th. So if you want to talk about the 7th, and
I'd be happy to. We're on the turf, going a mile and a 16th. This is the Kingston. And this race is for 4-year-olds and upward. And guess what? It's for New York State breds. I wonder why.
All right. Well, let me get up the one I need to get up there, which is and let's see, it's this guy right here. I think I'm in the right place with the right numbers. Let me get back here and take a look. Make it bigger so we can all see it, or at least get close to seeing it. And you can see here that 2 shows speed along with the 12. And then as far as the horses that have equaled or exceeded the speed part race numbers in the past, it's been the 7, the 9, the 11, and the 12. And then all the rest except for the 2 have maybes, which means they were within 5 points of doing that. The horse that has the best chance today, according to data, is the 12 horse. And the 12 horse has made some good improvement in different places here, along with several of the others. I don't know about, let's see, do we have any overlays that look good here? Not really, huh? Except for the 12, 3 to 2 to 4 to 1.
No.
And they all have C zones. A lot of them are above 50%, which is pretty nice. It's probably pretty wide open race. We don't have the information for the jockey, but the trainer looks like it's the best one is the 9. And then the 12 looks like it's on top with the total pace in the race. So if you want to go ahead and talk about your work, what you like, then we can do this. Go ahead and do that.
I will, but I'm not going to dance.
Okay.
No, I will start with number 1. It's all coming together.
All right.
Sort of. Just missed last time out after winning the race before. Last race, was at Gulfstream. He's done well against state breds in the past in stakes races. He's got the workouts to say he can catch the leaders and win, and that's why I'm playing him.
All right.
Be better lucky than good. Well, yeah, a lot of horse racing has to do with luck sometimes, I think. And we won by a nose last time at 3 to 1 favorite. This will be his first start of the season. So his works are steady. Looks pretty good. Finally, I'm going to take number 9, Hush of a Storm. Strong contender. He's run well in top races, both open company and stakes races. Most impressive race in my mind is the one he won from last year, going from the 12th pole position, and so it makes him 1 for 1 at Saratoga, and getting from 12 to win, that's doing something pretty good. I'm still not sure about him on that outside. He's got Flavia Prep, which will help, but there's a bunch of stuff on the inside that could cause him some trouble.
All right. Well, excuse me. In this race, in the 7th race, I like the 9, Hush of a Storm, as having a good career. He's been in the money 67% of the races during his career, won 27% of the starts. He has the highest speed figure at today's distance. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, clear conscience, the 5 second choice. Been off for 6 months, but he finished second on his return, only losing by a nose. And he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then I like the 4B of Courage. He has won 3 races out of the last 5 starts, winning the last race after being off for a year. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. And then Better Luck Than Good. The 3 is my long shot. He finished in the money in 7 races out of 10 career starts, won 3 of those races, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice Don Johnson Pick 4. I'm going to use the 3-4-5-9 with the 4-8, with the 5-10, with the 2-3-4-5-10. And actually, I said $50, but I think that's a $40 ticket. So
yeah, I was going to say, I think you're.
Yeah, they scratched one of the ones I had in there, and I didn't change the number. So
you're a little high there, but
yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah.
It's your money. You can do what you want.
Yeah. Anyway, well, not 540, 440, $40, right?
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money anymore. So anyway, it gets tough as older you get here. So, all right. So I guess we're going to go to this 8th race. And so I'll get up there the information for the 8th race.
All right. Well, we're going 1 mile and an 1/8, which of course means they're starting at the start finish at Saratoga. This is the state. Guess what? It's for state breds. New York, not New Jersey, New York.
Okay.
It's the Critical Eye. They're going for that nice purse of $200,000. This is restricted to fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And yeah.
All right. So let me go ahead and Get back,
zone yourself.
get back here and get up what I need to get up there. Here we go, and we need to get to the 8th race, and there we are there. You know, this is pretty, as far as the speed goes, it's pretty close for 4 horses. It's an anybody can be there's race, I think. So it's who knows? I'm sure that nobody really knows, except for the horse that gets there. You can see that there are several horses that in the past have equaled or exceeded the speed par number for this race. The 5 is the only one that hasn't. And as far as who might do it today, the best ones as far as the data would be the 6 and the 8. And then down here in the C zones, it's got a lot of C zone numbers in here. Everybody has something, and there's several of them that feel like they're going to be very comfortable. 6, 7, and 9 look like they're going to the front. The 6 has the best chance according to the total pace, followed up by the 8 and the 7, and then the 4. Our first 4 numbers here on our data, over 70% of the horses win those. So I didn't do this. Let me do this so people can take a look. But anyway, and you can see the best jockey is on the 3, best trainer is on the 6. And I think that it's probably a toss-up between several of these horses as far as who's the best trainer jockey combination. So anyway, and
sounds good.
All right. So I'll go ahead and let you talk about the horses you like, Ray.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to.
Okay.
And I'll start with number 9. Bernie Takes Charge.
All right.
I tossed the last race because it was in the mud, and the horse does not like the mud. And it was distanced badly and eased, and they said, we're not running anymore. It just didn't make sense at all. And nice today's fast, so I think it's going to like it a lot better. Number 8, Sterling Silver is going to be my next choice. She's been the favorite and just missed in a graded 2 stakes race, the Ruffian, last time out. Her previous 3 starts, she's won and had 2 seconds in state bred races. I think we can honestly say the 8 is the one to beat. And my numbers are really weird. Oh, well. Where those numbers came from, because they're wrong.
The 6 has been scratched, so that's why.
Okay, that probably is.
Yeah.
I don't know. 9. It should be 9, 8, 1, 7.
Okay, let me fix that for you.
Fix it. That's fine. And I'm going to take the most experienced and probably the longest shot on the board, Racing Colors. She moves from optional claimers to stakes. She's a veteran of 42 races, so once or twice. She's placed twice this year in 6 races. The rest of her field is kind of a mixed bag of whatever and whatever. I got to throw a long shot in here, and that's why I took her.
All righty. Private Ross in the 7th likes the 3, 4, 5. And in the 8th, he likes the 8, 4, and 3. So I guess him and I agree on the 8. So let me talk about what I like in this race and why I like him. This race, I like the 8, Sterling Silver. She ran 2nd in her last race, has the highest last speed rating. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, marks lots of boxes off. Peanut or Pickle. The 4 is my second choice, has won 2 races out of the last 3 starts. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a bullet workout on the 28th of May. And then Amanda's Folly, the 2 is my third choice, finishing the money in 3 races out of her last 4 starts at Saratoga, winning 2 of the races. So likes the track, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then Call Her Bluff, the 3 is my long shot. She ran 3rd in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. All right, that's it for that one. So we'll get back here. We're going to change some things around here.
As you can tell by our picks, we're all over the place.
We are, yeah. Well, Saratoga to me is that way because the horses generally are better horses in each race than a lot of the different tracks. So it's really hard to separate, what horse is going to do what. I think.
And then you also got to add in the factor of everybody is not started on Saratoga yet this season.
Right.
Plus, you got ones coming in from Churchill, Oaklawn, Gulfstream, and points in between. So you just don't know.
That's true. All right, so we can go ahead and talk about the conditions of this race.
The 9th race.
Yep.
Is the Mount Vernon. And then guess what? It's for New York breds.
All right.
I know you're shocked by that. It's a turf race. It's a mile and 16th. This is restricted to fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards.
Yeah.
And, this is one of those races where you're going to scratch your head a lot.
All right. One of the things that could be, confusing to people is it says Belmont Park, and they're actually running in Saratoga, but it's the Belmont Park.
At Saratoga.
Yeah, that's their.
It's really stupid that they do that. I don't know.
It is. It's like calling Belmont at the Big A. It's kind of dumb.
It equally is dumb. And then they had to put a different code for the track on it, just to screw us handicappers up using the software that we use, because my bias stuff on Aqueduct is different than it is on Belmont.
Yeah.
And then they throw a completely different thing on there, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let's just play with my mind some more. Not that I need any help.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, let me go here for a minute. Make sure I've got the right thing that I'm supposed to. We're in the 9th race. Is that correct?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay, so now I can go back and give you guys a little better view of this. The 6 horse has double the speed of the 2 and 7. If it gets a good break, it should get to that quarter pole first. Otherwise, the 2 and the 7 could go head to head to there. And then you can see here that there's a nice overlay on that 2 from 3 to 2 to 8 to 1. And a small overlay on the 4 from 9 to 1 to 10 to 1. And then I don't see any other really overlays. A lot of these have exceeded or equaled the speed part number for this. And some of them came very close, like the 3 and the 7. The 5 is within 5 points. Most of them, except for that 8, that's what I meant. The 8 is within 5. And most of them, except for the 8, have a chance to get to do it today, especially the 2. And then you can see down here that they all have C-zone numbers. But the 4 and the 2 have the best numbers, so they'll probably be the most comfortable in this race. According to the data, the 1's going to go out front first. As far as jockeys, the 9 has the best jockey, and it really has the best trainer too. So it's probably the best jockey-trainer combination. So, all right, if you want to go ahead and talk about what you like.
Do that. And I'm going to start with number 5. Awesome check. Just missed last time out an optional claimer 50K race on the turf at 1 mile. She has won state bred stakes race at Saratoga last year, and she is 2 for 2 at this track. And I think she's got a nice chance here based on that form coming off that last race. 2 spinning colors are going to be my next choice. Tons of speed, and she used it at Gulfstream in 3 races, but she failed in that last race, which she lost by 7. She does have a win at the optional claim 25K level, and then she also has a race that was declared no contest at Gulfstream, and that was because the gate didn't work well. Her one attempt at a stakes race in state bred was not great. It was in August, and she didn't run right. I think she's a better horse now than she was then, and that's why I put her for second. 9, Brock Nardini is my final choice. I'll be raced to second. Nice strong rally in her last race of the year, 5K, 45K optional claimer, or 4,500, I should say. Placed in stakes, state bred races in the past, and has one off a layoff. And that was its maiden start, and still won, and that's what's important. And I think we can slip in for a few bucks in this race.
All right. Well, Private Ross likes in the 9th race, likes the 5, 4, and 3. Vitco Martinez. I can't read Spanish, and I don't think that anybody on our show right now can. And I can't get it to translate, so I don't know what you're saying. Something about Saratoga.
Well, you're much better at Swahili than you are at Spanish.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get rid of that. And I'm going to talk about what I like in this 9th race. I like one that Tom doesn't even have in his picks, What Love Looks Like, the 10. Been competing in grade 3 events, has finished in the money in 6 races out of 7 starts at Saratoga. So like Saratoga, won 3 of the races there, loves today's distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 5, Awesome Shuck, won both of her starts at Saratoga, so she's perfect there. And she has a high percentage winning trainer, Broccanini. Dernini. I can't pronounce some of these.
I go with Nardini.
Yeah, I can't pronounce half these horses' names. But anyway, she's a 9.
And as I said the other day, is that, can you imagine being a race caller and trying to get all these names right?
That'd be hard. Well, she's ran second in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and she has a good workout on May 25th for furlongs. And then the 3, Can't Fool Me, is my long shot. She ran second on the dirt in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I can't make any more bets because I've used my $100 budget for today. So what we can do now, folks, is we can go on to this last race, and I'll get the information up there as quickly as I can. So here we go here, if I can find it. Then we're going to go to the 10th race. And if you want to go ahead and talk about the...
Absolutely. And we're going to finish with, guess what? Favorite. I know you're shocked.
Yeah.
Maiden this time around, over 3-year-olds and upward. We're on the turf, going 1 mile and 1/16. And it'll be interesting to see what our choices are, because I found this race aggravating.
Yes, it was for me too. All right, so then I'll get up to when I need to get up there to talk about this and make sure I'm on the 10th race. I'll go here to here and make this bigger. And you can see there that all these horses have some speed, so it's really hard to know who's going to get out there first. The 16 actually has been scratched, and the 14. So
what was one of them is it not? They listed as a colt in the program. I think it's 7. It's really a gelding.
Okay. All right. Well, as you can see, I think in this race, the 8, 14, 15, and 16 are all scratched. So there's only one horse that has a yes, and that's this 2 horse. Now, in this race, we have 3 horses that are first-time starters, and we like to see the number be over 2.5, and there's 2 of them that are over that. The 6 is at 2.72, plus it has a back bullet workout. And then this, what is this, the 9? Is that right? 6, 7, 8 is the 8. Oh, the 8 has been scratched, so that doesn't matter. If I'm looking at the right, it's hard to tell if you're looking at the right place. Let's see. Is that the 9?
Yeah, 8 is scratched. 9 is a first timer.
Okay, so he had, yeah.
And then 14 through 16 are scratched. 13. Yeah. Blue Pill threw in. I wonder where they got that name from.
I don't know.
Can you say Cialis?
It could be. Anyway, that first time starter, the one with the best number is 2.87, and we like it to be above 2.5. The highest you can get is 3. And then you can see that several of these have good season numbers. The 2 is a early speed, 14 been scratch, 15, 16 scratch, 10 is a pressure horse. And then the 4 is and the 6 have the best numbers, followed up by the 5 and then the 2. All right, so you want to go ahead and just talk about your picks?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay.
I'm going to start with number 9, the Saint. It's a first-time starter with good workouts, and it has a work on the turf at Palm Meadows that I thought was very good. But interestingly enough, if you look at the breeding, it's a little questionable for the turf. So who knows? Going off the works, they paid 80K for this horse, and I really think it's got a nice chance. 5, Spirit of the Law is my next choice. It was a beaten favorite last time out at Gulfstream, ran 3rd. And then it ran 2nd the race before. Now, the thing here with this one, it's been a failure on the dirt 3 times. The other races are on the all-weather. So, do you think it'll run better on the turf? I think so. That's why I put it in. Number 3, Shake It for the Bird. Can you imagine announcing that one?
Oh boy.
Shown good speed in the first 2 starts, running 3rd in both those races at Saratoga. It's working out at Finger Lakes. Do not be fooled by that. These are New York breds. They can work at any track, to be perfectly honest with you. And I have profited very nicely out of people who go, oh, it's Finger Lakes. They're crap. Well, not when it comes to New York breds. Because it really doesn't matter where you're working your horse because you're running against New York breds.
All right. I'm going to say hello to Jose. He says, hola. I think that means hello, doesn't it? Yes. Oh, look. Let me see if any of these others will. Nope, they don't. And then Private Ross in this race, he likes the 3, 4, and 5. So he likes 2 that you like and 1 that I like, including another one that I like. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. All right, so I'm going to talk about mine. I like the 4 Coach Case. He closed to run 2nd versus similar, and he's only started at a mile and now stretches out to a mile and 16th, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And I'm hoping that extra 16th of a mile will give him enough to close and catch all the front runners. Number 3, Shake It for the Bird. Is finished 3rd versus similar in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 10 Mission Hill finished 3rd versus similar in his last race, can handle the distance. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. English Castle, the 2 finished 3rd versus similar in his last race. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And so that's all I have for that. You can see the 10th race according to me, and I think according to Tom and maybe everybody else, is pretty darn.
If you can figure it out, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's very wide open, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, anyway, okay. Well, I think that's about it. So what I want to say is tomorrow we're going to do Saratoga, and then next week on Monday. Tuesday it should be Parks. I'm imagining Wednesday and Thursday will be Saratoga again, but I can't tell you that.
Saratoga is closed.
That's it.
This is a limited meet.
Oh, just a real quick meet. Yeah. Okay, so then it'll probably be some other track. Rich will decide which one we're going to do. I
would best guess Delaware for Wednesday.
Yeah. I like Delaware. I did really well when we did Delaware.
You especially love the Arabian racing at Delaware when they used to have that.
I love Arabian racing. We used to have them here at the county fairs all the time. And also love watching the mule races we had here. But they don't do those anymore. But in a matter of
races anymore.
No, it's very sad.
They're open.
Northern California has no racing, no fair racing, nothing. It's dead here.
Oh,
So
doesn't Cal Expo still run? Don't they?
no, it's not going to run this year. And even the trotters at Cal Expo are going to quit running.
Yeah.
So, and then they just canceled their 2-year-old sale of thoroughbreds that they usually run here in Northern California. They just canceled that. So everything here is about done. Ferndale, Humboldt County tried to get them to go ahead and let them run this season 3 different weekends, and the horse racing board here said no. So that's it. Everything's running down in Southern California now, Santa Anita, Del Mar, Los Alamitos, and that's about all. But anyway, on Monday at Parks, Rich will be here. I will not be here. I have something I have to do. I'm not sure if Tom's going to join Rich. That'll be between Tom and Rich. I don't know what's going on there, but you just have to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go ahead and hit the bell.
We forgot to mention one thing.
What's that?
And the Monday racing, Rich's horse won.
Oh yeah, it did.
You forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I should have, because I noticed that, and he had done that, and I don't remember if it was the Breeders' Cups or what.
Oh, it was a triple the Kentucky Derby when
Yeah, it was a Kentucky Derby. Yeah, and he didn't play it, even though it's his name. I always play my name if it's there, always. And anyway, so he's always been kicking himself about that. So he always throws the horse in its name. It doesn't matter if it's a 30-1 shot or whatever, he throws it in there. But anyway, go ahead and subscribe so you can hit the bell and find out about, what programs are coming up. And so did you have anything else you want to add, Tom?
Oh, as I said, after the last race we did, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. that one was, as I said, a head scratcher.
All right. Well, let's look here. Then Robert Ross says 10 may be a key horse for a 1, 10, 11 try box, since 2 horses in the race, just a hunch. And he says Delaware horses that were scratched during rain come back to win. And he said, but they have to be coded during the rain. He talks about the code, but we have no idea what it means. So, but it's his way of, I guess, figuring out the horses.
The color ring that he has must.
Yeah.
That only Spies and Dick Tracy use.
Yep. Well, listen, folks, I'm glad you stayed with us. I hope that we didn't bounce around too much and didn't make too many mistakes for you. Excuse that. We'll get better as it goes along. And we'll
a little bit worse. You never know.
That's true. Well, we'll see you tomorrow at Saratoga, or for the races at Saratoga, the Belmont at Saratoga. And no matter what you're doing today or what you're going to do in the future, I hope everything works out in your favor and everything's great. And it ends up in one place, and that place is
a winner's circle.
All right. So we're going to end this show, and here we go.